Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about why teams in golf don't work. And they never have and they never will. It's cool in like college golf if you like college golf. We have the Zurich this week, which is a team event, and it's getting some kind of hype because Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry won it last year. Every year before that doesn't register. Right? Unless you're a hardcore golf fan, you do not care about the Zurich Classic. You don't care at all. You just literally do not care. And I'm a pretty big golf fan, right? We got the Golf Ball and Company. I got a golf company. I don't care about the Zurich Classic. So I just tweeted out like an hour ago, because I'm still workshopping this take here. I think it's obvious. I said the TGL should switch to duos and not teams, because use the TGL as a really good example. There's no community within these teams. So, just in the back of your head right now, who won the TGL this past year? Let's take a guess. It was Boston. Now I get it. It's the first, or sorry, it was definitely not Boston. It was Atlanta. Now it's the first year. So, you take it with a grain of salt, kind of like Liv's first year where, the teams don't really make sense. The format's kind of confusing. Every time you watch it, things are just kind of confusing. Using Boston Golf Club, I think that's the team name, as an example, is Rory McIlroy from Boston, Massachusetts? Does he have any affiliation to Boston, Massachusetts? Did Shane Lowry, is he from Boston, Massachusetts? Does he have any affiliation to Boston, Massachusetts? Now, I guess what they did is probably just Irish pubs can be found in Boston, I guess is what they do. So let's use Atlanta as a better example, because Atlanta won it, and it was kind of cool if you're from the Atlanta area, the Atlanta region, to see Justin Thomas be on that team. Name another player on Atlanta other than Justin Thomas. I'll give you a Billy Horschel. All right, the other two were Lucas Glover and Patrick Cantlay. Lucas Glover is from, I think, like Greenville, South Carolina. Patrick Cantley's from Los Angeles. If he's from like Long Island, or is Long Island? No, Long Island is there a Long Island in California and New York? I don't really know. Anyways, Patrick Cantley's from California and he went to UCLA. So teams need community, right? Use like exhibit or new teams into like the NHL, right? The Seattle Kraken. You had this year the Utah Hockey Club. You had a few years ago the Las Vegas Golden Knights. I don't watch hockey, so I don't really know too many. I got a hockey hat right here. I got a Kings hat because my Hawks are out of the playoffs. So I'll throw on my Kings hat. But that's so different, because if you're from Seattle or if you're from Las Vegas, that's now your team. And you begin to get acclimated through the 82-game NHL season, through the playoffs, through the draft, through a couple of off-season, a couple of new free agent acquisition, draft class, like 5 years after a new franchise, whether it's like the Washington Nationals or the Las Vegas Golden Knights, it takes years because you're just like building a team, a hockey team in Las Vegas. Well, or we didn't have a hockey team in Las Vegas. We didn't even really watch hockey because we don't have a team in Vegas. But now we do. So let's start watching it. Let's start going to these games. So it takes some time. Golf's completely different. And it just doesn't work because, like I said, I'm from Chicago. So maybe if you got like the best Chicago golfers, maybe there's a little bit something there. But Liv, for example, I mean, I'm a notorious Liv hater. I don't really, the exhibition golf is not fun. And whether it's, Zurich Classic is technically a competition, but it still feels like exhibition. So it just doesn't bring in viewers because there's no stakes. No stake golf doesn't work out. TGL, Liv Golf, the matches, you just can't have exhibition style golf. Now teams, Ryder Cup, nations, right? Community. I'm American, so I'm going to root for America. I'm European, so I'm going to root for the European team. I don't like America, so I'm going to root for the European team. And that's really good quality golf, and it's really good competition. So if you did a Liv versus PGA Tour, that would work, right? That would totally work. Those are two different communities. That would 100% work once a year. In fact, it's kind of baffling that they don't do it. And it's not baffling, actually, because there's no shot in hell Jay Monahan wants to give any eyeballs to Liv if he doesn't have to, and he doesn't have to. So like the TGL is confusing. The only way you can make like teams work, like I said, is in duo format, like the World Golf Championships that we used to have, like a duo league would work in the TGL. Now I know what you're saying. Well, or Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry, that's a two-man team. The only way to make that work, a two-man team event, because it's not for like the TGL, it's not for like live, it's just two, playing partner. It's cool in theory. It only works in match play. That's the only way it would work, is in match play. At least that's my opinion. So you look back to the WGCs, they weren't team events, but they were match play. Match play golf gets pretty boring by the end of the tournament. Like we were watching like Sundays, and where was it, like Austin, Texas, the last WGCs were San Antonio. You're watching the W Golf Championship, and it's a 6-hour broadcast, 5-hour broadcast, and there's 4 golfers on the course. You have your first place matchup, and then you have your third place matchup going on. So I just don't, the whole team thing is just fascinating, and it would be cool, but you can't do it based on nations, because they do that in the Ryder Cup. You can't do it based on where you're from, because I just don't really think that works in golf. People don't care about college golf. People just don't care about college golf. So I just don't think it works. And it's so pessimistic to say, but I don't think you can make teams in golf work. I don't think exhibition style golf works in any way, shape, or form. And to be honest with you, the Zurich Classic sounds like an exhibition, and it feels like an exhibition. And yeah, sure, maybe it counts to a Shane Lowry and Rory McIlroy win on their ticker, their total ticker of wins. But for me personally, it doesn't do anything. So that's it for today's rant. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you haven't already. If you like today's rant, you'd probably like our podcast. So I'll link it, or just type in Golf Ball wherever you take your podcast. We also post it on here, so just go check it out. Let me know if you think teams in golf can work, and if you do, let me know how.